in my life. Because I said in one of the podcasts, because sometimes some will have a little bit more than others, but you got to watch them all to know a lot more about me, right? And I'm Brentford B. Manson, and this is, like I said, I got two podcasts: Blueprint Land Creation Podcast or Blueprint Land Creation Archives. Normally, I like the archives one because when I'm doing history stuff, but then I get to find out that many places on my Blueprint Land Creation podcast, they want to know a little bit more about me, so I tend to post them on both shows, right? But again, this is going to be exciting, right? So I'm going back to talk but my time in school and looking at our monies that we had back in the day, because it's very important. You can't go away with money, right? Like the Bible says, right? Money what? Answered what? All things. Not some things, all things. So you have to have money. So when I'm going back and I'm going to show you some monies, some things that we had, so that you can see. You got to go back. Know where we came from. But I'm going to show you. But I will be moving away from the camera because I'm dealing with one man today. The sun has gone down a little bit better than it was earlier, right? But I'm going to show you some stuff, and then you'll be able to see more about me and who I am. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to talk. So I will not be in the front of the screen like I am here now, right? I'm going to move away because I am in the studio like always, and you have to dealing with a one-man band. There's one-man band, one-piece band, right? And so, but you can be entertained, and I want you to write. I want you to like it. Talk to me. Okay, because you got a heritage too. You can get your camera and do your heritage, right? Okay, let's go. Now I'm moving away, and so I will pause the camera for a bit so that you can see something. Now I'm back here. I'm have my table here with various coins. Back in the day would have used. Now, like I said, I was should have known some of these monies, right? But I like to say to you, I was back in the day. I should have been doing that, but what happened was, when I went to school back in the day, I guess my parents was having such a great time, or because of the monies was, like I said, was coming in. The people who were taught us really did not kick here. So, but anyway, back in the day, like I said, the money would have changed between 60, I think 65, 60, somewhere around in there, right? But then, like I said, when I went to preschool, I was in preschool, and like I said, they forgot me when I left preschool. I was good age. Like normally, how you normally leave preschool when you're 5, and so forth, and go on to primary school. No, I was still in preschool. But then you go understand why that is. I guess had to stay there to get much more knowledge. But now, here on the table here, I have some coins. Now I hope that you can see. I will see if I could drop I'll pause again. Now let's go. Now this is intriguing. Now we have back in the day, back in the early 60s, and so you can see these going back far. You can see. If you're looking at the top section, I'll put my finger in so that you can get an understanding, or pencil or something that you can get a better understanding what I'm dealing with here. This one here is 1 shilling, right? Now you ain't gonna see this no more. This is an English money, a UK money, right? The next one here is another 1 shilling. I'll do this the same thing, but if you look closer, they're slightly different in terms of the coat of arms where they're on the back of it. Then you have this one here. This is a 3p. Now I don't know, like I said, this is 1941. This is long before me, right? Then you got this another 3p in 1962, coming around for me, right? Then there's another one penny. Now 1 penny would have been, these ones here would be 1 penny, right? And this is a 1 penny here. That's a totally different one. This is 1 penny of 1962. That would have been a 1 penny from 1958, right? Now, what am I saying this for? This is important. So all these are money, all these are coins that came from the UK, which we were a colony of what? Of Great Britain, or the United Kingdom, right? So then, that their monies would spend all in their jurisdiction in terms of their various colonies that the English then would have been in control of. Now, boy. Now here, there's another 1 penny here. This is a larger 1 penny. Now, back in the day, we had these here. Now, I should have known about these, but again, I was still in kindergarten, and I should have been in primary school because I attended primary school when I was about. do not laugh, man. Don't laugh, man. Don't laugh, man. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I went to preschool. I went to preschool roughly between when I went to preschool I went straight in grade four, and like I said, I was there for one day. So I only know what only monies I know about really in my time is the regular 1 cent. So all these ones here, 1962, the 1 penny. This up to date 1 penny. Each one of these got the different time periods. All these, I didn't know anything about this. Now, when I get to know about this, one day, I was in the backyard as a child. I don't know, maybe 6. I don't know, and I was digging in the yard, up in the dirt, and I came across one of these here. And I said and I turned run on the inside. I said, "Mom, what is this?" She said, "That's the penny. That's what we used to use before the money said change, right?" So all these pennies here, 1 pence, 1 shilling. That shilling. You remember back in the Burma Road riot when they used to waiting for shillings or pence or 86 pence, less than $1. These would be pence here. All these would be pence. And now, like I said, the penny, then what happens is things them change. But like I said, I'll keep going on so that you can have a better understanding. So like I said, I only know about when I went to the store, 1 cent. Now, when we went to the store and we bought candy normally was, in my time, 1 cent. 1 penny. Now, even though this 1 penny and this 1 penny was value more than when the money changed into the regular Bahamian money, because this changed. Now, I don't know anything but this. But like I said, now when you look at here, these other currency, like I said, they all got a time frame, and they got some come under July 10th, 1973 too. But I just giving them because it'll be back and forth. It costs too much a time. So now we have here. I only know but these ones here, the big ones, the big 1 cents. Then as time went on, they got some smaller ones. Then we get so poor that we got in many smaller 1 cents, and then different colors. So all them were different pieces of monies. So what am I saying in this for? It's important. So now, boy, like I said, this brought back many history. And I don't know if you have any of your history, or which you have to account for it for your own, because like I said, these things you may never see again. I will try to enlarge up some of them so you can get a better view at it, because they are very old. Yeah, I get a better view at them. I have them marked because once you move them, boy, it's hard to know them because they are not shiny. But again, this is my heritage that I have been keeping, because a lot of people do not like to keep valuable things or historical things. They go and they get rid of them. But as you can see here, like I said, I have them written down. If I move them, it'll be difficult for me to know them because like I said, they are not in my time. Right now, some of these see this. That's a 3 pence. I guess that's a three penny. That's a 1934. That's another 3 pence up there. 1962. That's the 3 pence up there. 1941. You see that one there, right? 1941. You see that going back? That going back, right? Then you have your 1 shilling, right? 1 shilling. Now I don't know what that breaks down to, and I hit my head on that, right? 1 shilling. But like I said, I'm giving you those numbers. 1957, right? We got the 1 penny again. As you can see that, I marked the spots so that I wouldn't get confused and so on. That's another 1 penny, as I said to you earlier. That's each one, and they got a different dates. Now I'll pull it closer for you to see if you can get it. I mean, I already put the dates in them there so you can see. Now you can hear. That's a bypass, and I don't like because I on the inside of the studio. So, but anyway, that's a 1 penny. You can get now. I have other the episodes in them too, right? Now, so I'm going to that because I want you to know something. And this is an exciting episode, right? And talk to me, man. Talk to me. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you think about it. right? Subscribe to it, man. So again, now we can move. I'm moving now, moving. Now looking at this here. Now this is something else. Now, for young people, when I went to school, I went to Columbus Primary School. That's in Providence, for those who don't know. That's in the Providence, that's in the East area. There were two schools in one. There were William Gordon and Columbus Primary School. Now, when I went there, my parents them took me to the preschool, and my dad took me to the school. My mother's name was Iona Kelly, and my dad's name was George Henry Manson, right? The second. And so what happened when he took me to William Gordon. I remember going in grade 4. I still remember just as clear as it is today, right now that I talk to you. So I went in this particular grade 4, and they were having a little drama. And then I was always quiet, but I didn't really know why I was quiet. Now what happened was, before I get to that, what happened was, there was a young man. His name is, right now, I call the name because it's history. His name is Kendall Wright. He's a lawyer today, right? He used to live right on the side of us in the little yard that we lived in. He was my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. I think it's either his cousin or niece, some for family, right? But they were living there. And what happened is, he used to stammer a lot. He used to stammer. Everywhere he go, he stammered. And so I used to be mocking him before. They said, that's when I found out. They said I used to be mocking him. Everywhere he go, he's talking. And I behind him. And he said, stop mocking me. And I keep doing that. And like they said, anything you do for 28 days, it's habit forming. But I didn't know that. As a child, no one stopped me. No one broke that habit from me or said to me, do not do that. Now, I normally will tell young people this today. I said, do not see somebody doing something, do not do that. So anyway, now because of that brought a serious setback in me. So when I went even to a primary school or to preschool, I still was shy. I didn't know why, but I was shy. I was no outspoken voice. You had to know me very close, side by side. Then you know me. So anyway, so now I went to a primary school. I suppose grade 4. I guess grade 4, when you look at that, but that's maybe 9. So that's preschool. I was there all the time. So people took all my parents 1 pence and so forth, 2, 3 pence, whatever the school fees were. They paid him, and they said, since he quiet, well, we ain't checking. They sending the money. They ain't come and pick him up, and we ain't saying nothing, and they just collecting the monies. So my daddy and my mother said, hey, when this boy going to school? My older brother already gone into William Gordon, to Columbus Primary School. So I went there one day. When I found he went to school, I tried to jump up to look in the window, look in his classroom to see what was happening in there, because the windows was very high from off the ground. So I couldn't see. So, but I didn't know what school was about, because I only knew about preschool. So anyway, so it so happens is my dad now took me to, and my other brother, my younger brother, we went to William Gordon. That's 2 schools in one, and that's another dangerous thing with government do. And even for my time, that was dangerous, because you got 2 schools. That's 2 different uniforms. That's 2 different territories. That's 2 different war every day. Every day that's war, right? So anyway, I am in there, and so now my mother, when we would go in there, like I said, I went in grade 4. I was there for 1 day, for 1 hour, not even 1 hour. And they were having a drama, and because of the drama that they were having, the teacher wanted to give me a part to read a part of. But I look at the class and I shake my head and I said, no. So she said, okay, since you're not going to say anything, here, take this bag like you walking from the market. And like I walk with this heavy load. Then all of a sudden, word came from office, hey, that boy ain't 9. That boy ain't 9, he 10. He in the wrong grade. They come and escort me from there. Put me in grade 5. When I got in grade 5, the class was already started. Now, these little older children, I ain't know none of them too. So I just stayed quiet, right? So anyway, that session over, and then I went in grade 6. A new September, when September came, I went in grade 6. Now, this is important. I think I better come on the camera for this one. I got to come on the camera for this one. Now, I'm coming on the camera for this one because you have to see me. And my room is, like I said, I'm in this office is small. Right now, so my mother would always give us, when I'm going to, as I said, the primary school, to William Gordon. That's in Nassau, that's on the Eastern Road, that's Wolford and Collins Avenue, Collins Avenue, for those who don't know, if you're visiting Newport, Providence. So anyway, so what happened was, she would always prepare lunch for us, like our kids today, You can't, the parents them can't give, they can't have to give them monies, and they wouldn't carry no lunch to school and all of that. No, back in the day, I carried my lunch to school. My mother made sure she worked to a restaurant, so she made sure that we got the best of everything, and we had lunch, and we had the best lunch before that young man and that young girl who got orange hair, before they were out, who owned the restaurants, before they were out. There was nowhere to be around then, right? So what happened to, so my mother would give me lunch every day. She'd give me, like, weekdays we get our lunch from grade 6, and she would make the best sandwich, hamburger sandwich, get the toast bread, and she would toast them, right? That nice crisp toast, and then toast the top one, toast both of them, put the mayo on it, then put the lettuce and the sandwich and the hamburgers with thick soap. Put that on that. Get that nice fried and nice and good. And put all the dressing on it, all the lettuce, mayo, onions, everything, sandwich spread things, the things that they don't put on sandwich today, right? That was one that. So now I'm in the classroom. I quiet. I sitting down in the class because I don't know anybody in the 6th grade. So I sitting, and only me and the teacher. She's sitting down further. I sitting back. She asked me a question, and I asked her no question because I stammer, and and that's another problem. Before I get to this, where I go into, I want you to keep listening. This is important. Now, before I get there, like when people, I didn't know. Like I said, I was still quiet in school because I didn't know what was happening. Like I said, I barely did not really understood, but like I said, I know it's quiet, right? So anyway, so now the teacher, she's sitting down there. She's sitting on me. She doing what she doing, dealing with, maybe going over some papers or whatever. So anyway. So when I pop my sandwich open, pop, when I sent hit the room, she said, hey, you come here. When she did that, she ain't asking me, she taking off my sandwich, and when she ate that, the rest was history. Every lunchtime, she there, hey, you boy, come here. She eating off me, she eating my sandwich, right? Because like I said, the setup that was so serious. Then if I go outside, then when I finally made friends with somebody else outside, they get to I give them a piece of it, a sandwich. They eat it. Once they eat it, they hug. And they will be behind me every day. Munson. Because they ain't saying Manson, they say Munson. It's Manson, M-A-N-S-O-N, but they say M-U-N-S-O-N because a lot of people can't say it. Munson, come be something. And they had this thing going through, this going through. So I said, the teacher took my sandwich away from me, right? Now, like I said, now what happens is on Fridays, my mother would give us money. She'd give us, I'm going to go back to this part what you saw so that you can see I am here, just so that you can get a better understanding. These square monies are our 15-cent pieces. This was our 15-cent pieces back in the day. And then, with the Bahamas Bahamian money, this the 10 cent, it's a 10 cent. And then we got the regular 5 cents. The regular 5 cents, right? The regular 5 cents. So she'll give my older brother, who was about a year or so older than me, she gave him 50 cents. And then you give 50 cents, you give her American 50-cent piece. Then she'll give me 25 cents. And she'll give my younger brother 15 cents. So when I look at that, I calculate that. I say, shit, I got 10 cents more than my little brother. But my brother older than me got 25 cents more than me. That didn't make no sense to me. I said, that ain't right. I'm mad. So my mother said, what happened? I said, I gonna get 10 cents more than him, and he got 25 cents more than me, because he got 50 cents up there. And she said to me in a nice, pious way, okay. It's important for young people today. All the other young people. So give me it back. So I give her back my money. So I'm here getting it so you can see. I give her back my 25 cents. And now I use the 2 10 cents and the 5 cents because we be used with the American water, but you get the point. So I give her back my 25 cents. And she put it back in her place. Woof. I said, she said, let me tell you something, boy. I work hard for this money. And I gave you this money with my hard work. And she wasn't making that much money back in the day too, because she was making it for pennies too. So she wasn't making no money, but she made it count. A mother can make things count. So she gave me that or the hard-earned money, but I didn't understand it like that. And I'm mad. But the point is, now my little brother got 15 cents more than me, and my older brother got 50 cents more than me, and I got zero, nothing. That day I had to go. That day I went hungry. right? If no other friends them help me, I get hungry. So what am I saying this for? Young people today, you got to look back. Or parents, you have to tell your children to look back. And from that experience, from that day to this, I always, if somebody give me something, I always appreciate it. And then if I have something and I have young people and they're around, and I give one something, and the next one cry because they figure like I should give them equal as more as the next one, like how I thought, I would say, okay, give me it back. And they give it back to me. When they give it back to me, I take it, put it in my pocket. So what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? I said, what happened? I said, and then I give the story of my life, my experience. I said, look at it. But you ain't gonna ever forget this, right? And I gave it to somebody else. I said, look, if that was mine, you ain't wait for that. You ain't did nothing for that. I wait for that. And if I give that, you appreciate it and you accept that, right? I don't know. So I give it to her. Now, only time a child was able to get away from me, I did. And I'll come to that later on, but I'm saying this because all would tie in. The only time that happened was that I would taking care of some young people in back of the church that I attended at the time. And a little 4 year, normally I have a class called Christian training class, but usually about that 4 year in the future, but I ain't in the past now. But the point is, it tie in. So what happened was one day I was giving the kids them some things, and then there's this little one I gave everybody one. So I gave this little one. She was 4 then. I said, give her one. She said to me, I give her one. She said, I want one for me, and I want one for my mommy. I said, hey, you can't get one for your mommy, one only for you. Then she started crying. One for me, one for my mommy. I said, okay. One for you, one for your mommy, and you don't come back here until you get 7 years of age, because it was 7 to about 14 or so. You don't come back here no more. Because she couldn't not reason. So that was the only one that got away. And if I tried it on my mother, like I said, that wasn't working. And parents back in the day, totally different from parents today. Right? when they give that one eye left, like this, you better know what that means. If you're doing anything, you better sit down. Because if you don't sit down, you're getting walked down. Right? They take the slippers off, walk you, whatever the case may be. Right? No child abuse in them days, right? So what happens is you can do what they say. And then if you don't, they pinch your ass, pinch you, they get you, and you making them shame or something, you get doing, but that can't wait. And like I said, since I'm on this, I remember my niece back in the day, like things them that I'm telling you back in the past, because it's important. I'm moving forward. I'm giving you history, but I'm moving forward because I want you to hear and see. Like sometimes when you wake up in the morning, as kids, you wake up in the morning, go to school, you forget to wash your face. You got a little baby in your eye. You got a little baby in your eye and so forth. And so I asked the mother, the mother, when she see that, she try to scrape it off first. And the day ain't coming off, she take that. Boy, she do that. Now that works with us all the time, right? Her children. Boy, I see my sister daughter was a 4 or so, and she tried that to her. Boy, she saw that, she scorned her. Would you put your hand on me? 4, would you put your hand on me? She couldn't do it to her. That's a total different generation. She could do it to me. I felt nothing wrong with it. She could do it to me, right? So I'm saying these things is very important. So like I said, this is my experience in that time going to William Gordon Primary School. Now, something else I need you to understand between my areas, between 6. I gotta go back because it might feel like I'm jumping, but there's some things I remembered, right? So I remembered my same brother, who cousin stammered. Kendall Wright. My brother's name, he's passed on now. His name is Hiram King from Cat Island. So now, what happened was, we were all living in a small 4-room house. Well, we got the front room. When you walk in the door, like where I'm at, you walk in the door, it's the front room. Then you got, if you walk straight, the next room it'll be the kitchen, windows and everything. And then you on the side, you got two little bedroom. And you got the little front room set and everything in there. So now, one day, he brought home an electrical appliance, a motor for a washing machine, whatever it was. And he put it on his drawer. And me being curious as a little child, me being curious as a little child, I walked inside and I saw it where he rested on his little nightstand by his bed. And the socket was right there, and two little wires hanging over it. And that had a small little voice, but the devil said, I bet you can't push them 2 wires in the hole. See what can happen. So this for children now again. So I heard that voice. I said, Man, I can't put that there. And I read, yeah, I gotta see what I gotta see why I can work like that. Now I was told that my sister was having uh um uh, a birthday party or christening for one of my other cousins. Now I can't remember I ain't remember none of that part there. What I remembered was when he brought that thing on, that took all of my attention. So what happened was I gone the minute he left that thing, walk out, and where here we went, I look at that. And you know what we all do? We never look up. God always take our picture, but we don't look up. We look around, see if anybody looking. My boy in the shoulder, yeah, talking here, yeah, but pushing, see what happen. I take that wire, and when I push that, I ain't looking know what I'm doing because the wire is them skin. And I push it into the socket. The socket got the regular socket with the two. I push that in there. Boom! Man, the fuse blew. My sister thought I thought it was an atomic bomb. Boom! My sister came in there and dropped and beating on me so bad. Then I went to sleep. My mother came home. My mother's went to the hotel, to the restaurant, one of the Greek restaurant on Bay Street. She came home about 9 o'clock or so. I was sleeping. She woke me up and she always make sure that we had food to eat. That was not my sister's job, that was her job. So she had food to eat. So what happened is now, all this is important dealing with the money, all this is money. Now, so she took my food up. I sat at the table, my little brother, she facing me like I am sitting here at the table right across here. She facing me, and she took my food up and I sitting there and I wait and I eating my food. Now some people try to tell me, I said, I remember that part. I remember what happened before that, but I remember that part. So all of a sudden I'm eating my food now that I get shocked with the electricity. I feel no shock. Ain't nothing happened to my body, nothing, right? But when I sat down at the table, that electricity started to come out. And I guess like when you see ghosts, or when you hear it stand up, all my hair might be stood up, whoop, my eye might be bulged out, poof. And I said, look at my big beat, and I fell back, right? Bop! They rushed me out to the hospital, which I thought I'd been there for 1,000 years. Come to find out I only been there one day. Right? I was able to eat the hospital food, and I've been in the hospital like that for a long period of time. And so in terms of being admitted in the hospital, right? So what am I saying to you this for? I'm giving you a history of my inheritance, my life, going back into my past, letting you know that, hey, so children, when your parents give you money, what do they give you? Satisfy. You don't know how hard they have to work for that money, a piece of money. We get today's people, should they get all kind of brand name, this brand name that the parents got to work so hard just to satisfy the kids. So anyway, so now go back to William Gordon. Moving now, looking at the monies. Like I told you, we spoke about some monies, and I'm coming back to some other money. So in my time, I only know about 1 cent. The big star 1 cent, and that was the day. Like I said, with other podcasts, you will hear pieces of in each one. I remember the big 1 cent was just shy of the Bahamian 25 cent, a little shy. And when we found that out, and the older boys them used to put that on the ground in the back of the road, on the asphalt road, and get the hammer and beat that like a blacksmith. Boom, boom, boom. And then what they doing? They only enlarging it for the quarter. There's a lady, she's passed on now. She had a soda machine, the soda machine with the balls hanging out. And anybody was even still watching them to go get and open and let the bottle let everything fall out. No. So what we did, and everybody did at the time, they beat the big 1 cent and they put them in the machine. Bling, 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 bling. And the people get one soda and gone. That's what we want, one soda and gone. When whoever won the machine, when they came and looked for that, they saw 1 cent when it's supposed to be a quarter. What? Where did 1 cent come from? But they couldn't understand it. So they're things. So, but money, like I said, that's the currency that we had back in the day. And so now I am moving around. And so, like I said, you'll see me move from here because I'm only one person doing this, but I'm giving you history. This is history. I want you to write in the comments, man. Let me know how your inheritance. Let me know what monies that you remembered when you were growing up. Because it's important, right? Knowing your history. So you're getting to know more about me. I am giving you to a time period of my life, and what money stem that you've already seen Some places in there don't have them no more. They got rid of them, right? But I still have them because I like keep collecting things. Some people tell me I like Sunfoot, you know Sunfoot, Sunfoot and the little sun. Yeah, I like something like them. But the point is, I like to keep things for memorabilia, but memorabilia. Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Things for my memory. When I say that too, that means I can't remember it. You know what I want to say. That's same thing. What you think I want to say? That too. That same word. Memorabilia. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Still trying to get it. Yeah, but you know what I mean, right? So, but I keep it there for memories. To keep it for collectibles, right? So they can have it. So, but then if I didn't keep it, then you wouldn't know about it, right? So it's important. So now I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move away from the set again. I'm gonna move away. Now, working back. Now the money would have changed. The payment money between 1965, 66, somewhere around there. The money would start changing from pounds, shilling, and pence to money. Now, what cost to change? Back in the day, back from the Burma Road ride in them days, you know, America loved coming to the Bahamas. And what happens is now, when they start coming in the Bahamas, because, you know, we were a tourism industry dealing with would be out of date, the leading tourist industry in the world, right? Now, it was said that it is associated with Stafford Sands. He was the one of the UBB, he was the Minister of Tourism at the time, so he was responsible for that. Like I said, so me being in school at the time, I would have known the regular. Like I said, I only know, but the penny in my time, the regular payment penny, once the pennies would have changed. I know nothing about it before 65 or so. I can't remember that. I can't remember 66 or whatever. But I could only remember, I guess somewhere around there, 60, 66, 67, 68, and so forth. But then I wasn't paying attention to what was happening in the country because I was in the school. If I was in school like that, then I would have known that, or getting social studies, I would have known that. But then like I said, I wasn't even interested in that, because that to me, same things, if I ain't interested in it, I ain't learning it, right? I ain't interested in it, I ain't learning it. And the teacher can't make me or break it down simple for me to understand it, and then, you know, I ask no questions. Because if I ask questions, and once the children say that, look at he talking, look at him, he look like an Indian doing a war dance. Yeah. So I ain't talking. I ask no questions, right? So the point was, but I supposed to know the money. I should have known the money, but I didn't know. And everybody taught me, my parents said, give me 1 cent, because everything's 1 cent. If you want one candy, 1 cent. You want one bubble gum, 1 cent. You want one biscuit, 1 cent. Now that big 1 cent, like I said, that's for people who's older than me. They went to the store with that. But I ain't been my time. I thought it was what kind of funny money is that? I didn't know that money. So people take them and they throw them away because they said the money changes. That's the same thing with people does today. When the money changes and the currency changes, they take them and they throw them away. They figure they ain't no more value because they don't understand history. The older you got something, the more valuable it becomes, right? So what happens now? With this money back in the day in William Gordon, I'm there in the school setting. I'm in the school setting. Like I said earlier, I give my teacher, everybody loved my lunch. Now, at the time, I'm moving, and you'll see it in another podcast, but I'm going somewhere with this. Now, the monies, pound, shilling, and pence, start changing because the Americans them start coming in service, and they start bringing the money, and it was difficult to calculate. And you know, I hurt my head to try to calculate what 3 pence is and try to calculate that in American, US dollars, and so forth. I hurt my head. I didn't show you them, right? That's for you now to go, and you go on and do your own research and find out the difference. But you saw that I have the money. I have it, right? You may have been older. You know what it is. You know the valuation of it. I don't know it now. If I was working at the time and I was being paid with that, but I would make sure I have to learn that, because like I say, boss, you ain't gonna rob me, right? I gotta know the difference of whatever monies I get, whatever money you paying me, I don't know what that is. So, but like I said, I have the other features now. So my parents then would give us, like I said, the 50-cent pieces. These 50 cents, as you know, the American 50-cent piece, these change things, and so on. They change things in the Bahamas, right? So now I am moving to different times as I'm moving up in my school area, school times, because like I said, I'm still in grade 6. but I want to get these couple of dollars, these couple of change out the way first, then I kind of come back and talk about something else. Okay, I'm moving on the side, so you don't see me, because like I said, this is a one-man thing, so I come. Okay. Now this what I have here. This here, my marker. This here. This is Winston Churchill. This is a commemorative coin. He died in 1965, and so they had made this coin to commemorate his death, right? That was a commemorative coin. Now I don't think it could have spent, because again I don't know nothing about it, right? Now you see that's the side with Queen Elizabeth on, right? So, but I didn't know anything about it. But like I said, that's part of the history of the Bahamas, right? So Winston Churchill, right? Now, as I said, the currency keep changing. That's an American dollar, right? You see that? That's an American with the eagle on it. Now, I'm coming along, and then I'm saying these are the monies that cause problems in the Bahamas. The Americans brought their money in, and that changed, and then I guess it's coming in more frequently. Then the English them had to say, look here, we have to change the money. So they changed the money into the Bahamian currency, and then the Bahamian change and so forth. Then you see in the other podcast where I showed you the paper money, and I talk a little bit more history with my life. So you can see a lot of them. So now I'm moving on to something here. I'm showing you something I want you to see something. Now, man, is this interesting or what? Now, this here, you know what that is?